There's a whole bunch of different hated weapons used in Deepwoken, and finding the most hated weapon is hard because everyone has different weapons they hate to fight. But personally, I spent a week trying to narrow down the most hated weapon in Deepwoken. On Layer 2's release, the devs made the most hated, rage-inducing, install-generated, toxic crystals of all time. In the early days of Lights Toll balancing, it was like finding Sakuna from JJK. It was basically a Fista, with a Lancer and basically unparable animations, and a super fast, insta-guide break crit. With the devs realizing this, they took action, they nerfed the LFT's animations, and slowed down the crit. Fast forward a few weeks later, and the Lights Toll got a new crit where each successful hit would progress the crit to the next stage, but players encountered a critical flaw: the lack of a visible indicator for your current stage, and every time you missed a critical, it would reset. This flaw restricted the weapon's effectiveness and ultimately leading to a drastic shift. What was once considered potentially the best weapon in the game became labeled as the worst, as players found little utility in the weapon that lacked clear feedback and a reliable way to utilize its unique mechanics. So, what did the devs do to this terrible weapon? Through all the complaining the community was doing, the devs decided to listen to the community and buff the Lights Toll by giving a visible indicator for your current stage and remove the missed crit reduction, so it lasts forever. By doing this, you would think the weapon would have more utilization, right? No. There was a really big problem that players still had with the weapon's crit. For example, it was hard to progress the stages since it didn't go through block, parry, or dodge. Many people thought this weapon was really weak and arguably one of the worst weapons at the time. So they made the LFT crit progress even if you get parried, blocked, or dodged, which is a very strong buff, maybe even too strong. But on top of that, they gave the 4th stage an undodgeable, unblockable counter that will still hit you even if you didn't activate their counter. Skip to the present day, and players are still complaining about the weapon and want it nerfed. The Lights Toll went from being the strongest weapon to the worst weapon to the best weapon, to also being the most hated weapon in Deepwoken. But if you want to find out how this mantra broke Deepwoken, check this video out.